Gentlemen, welcome back to MGTOW Money. Today's topic, the red pill of women, was only the beginning. Before I get into that, thanks to the ongoing support from the Patreon investors in this channel. Men, I sincerely appreciate your support of this channel. Gentlemen, see the video description today. Become a supporter of this channel now. Before I get into today's topic, after traveling for the past 20 hours plus on multiple airplanes, I want to throw out two recommendations to you. One, if you're doing a podcast, a video channel, etc., may I humbly recommend that you keep the content topics down to about a maximum of 20 minutes. These 2-hour long videos, podcasts, etc., are boring and you are turning off your audience. Secondly, by the way, gentlemen, see the video description today. I've included a link to a book. It's sort of a novel, techno-thriller, Tom Clancy-style novel by Andy McNabb. He's an ex-British SAS soldier. This is terrifically written, extremely fast-paced. I think a lot of you may really enjoy it. All right, let's get into today's topic. The red pill of women was only the beginning. Gentlemen, you still suffering from red pill rage? Or are you're kind of over it now? Okay, you get it. You understand the fundamentals of women. And by the way, in over 2.5 years, 200 videos, I've rarely discussed women. You know why? Because there's no reason to. Everything's been said, and it was actually said years ago. We need to move on. However, there are 3 additional red pills that you need to ingest right now today. This is especially true for young men, because I know for a fact when I was a young man, this stuff would have become shocking to me. It would have hit me like a lightning bolt. I'm going to quickly run through them, and then we're going to discuss them in detail. 1, you can depend on no one. 2, your friends will rarely celebrate you. 3, life is not fair. So let's quickly go into detail on these. 1, you can depend on no one. Men, you need to imagine your life is like Robinson Crusoe. Go back to that novel, and basically what it is, the guy ends up shipwrecked on an island completely alone. He has nothing. He has basically no tools, no resources, etc. He has to build up his own life. Guess what? That's you. That's me. That's all of us, especially if you are a man in today's Western society. You can only count on people, depend on people, in my personal experience, unless there is some explicit, incentivized agreement between you. In other words, okay, I pay you to repair my car. I pay you to help me move some furniture, etc. Those give you the best reasonable chance, and I emphasize that reasonable chance, that somebody's going to actually follow through and help you. But the bottom line is, the less that you are dependent upon people, the better off your life is going to be in the long run. Because as I said before in other videos, no one is going to save you. Get that out of your mind. Remove that myth out of your mind. Your best solution to have a great life, to have a rich life in the future, is to set up what I've termed an anti-fragile life, using that term from Nassim Taleb. See the video description today, or actually see the video catalog today where I talked about the anti-fragile lifestyle. 2, your friends will rarely celebrate you. Now, I don't mean all your friends. I'm talking, of course, in generalities here. But most of your so-called friends are not going to be happy to hear about your achievements, your travels, your successes, the great things that you're doing, how you're moving forward in life, etc. I said most. Most of them, frankly, are going to be envious, and envy is rampant, especially among normal people. When I'm defining as normal people, people leading, if you will, conventional lifestyles. Yes, you know the types of people that I'm talking about. Those guys that are spending lots of time on Facebook and Instagram, etc., attempting to show off, to create their own envy and jealousy among other people, or attempting to one-up you and say, well, you did X, but actually I did it even better. You know, you got $1 million, well, I got $1.5 million or $2 million, or whatever it might be. The point is, men, most people around you in general, and this includes a lot of your family members, frankly, are not going to celebrate your success. Frankly, they don't care. At best, they don't care. And at worst, they are violently envious and jealous of you. What I highly recommend is, again, go back to the video catalog, see my video where I discussed regarding friends, spending time alone, etc. I think you might find it helpful. Next, life is not fair. Nothing is fair. As a matter of fact, let me give it to you more clearly. There is no equality in anything. How many times have you heard about the rich guy who gets off the hook from some sort of criminal charge? How many times has something happened at your work, for example, that clearly was quote unquote unfair? Somebody gets promoted over you. Someone gets better treatment than you do. People get quote preferential treatment, of course, as we know. Certain people of certain sexual orientations get, of course, special class status, etc. The point is, men, the nature and universe, though, the system that we operate in, frankly, they don't give an F about you. They're totally indifferent about you. Again, you are on your own. You are by yourself. And if you've got some idea that you're going to, quote, fight for justice and fairness, etc., this MoRE style, etc., I understand where they're coming from. And there was even a man who had referenced that MGTOW, as he defined MGTOW in the comment section, that it was, quote unquote, fighting misogyny. In other words, that was fighting the male hatred that exists within Western civilization. The point is, though, men, forget it. Stop attempting to change the system. I can't emphasize that enough. You are wasting your time if you've got some idea that you're thinking that you're going to have some life that's fair, that's equal, that you're going to somehow change something, etc. If you're not happy with your environment, whether that be at your job, whether that be in your home, whether that be in your city, your country, etc., you know what you need to do. You know you need to, that's right, move. Yes, of course it's uncomfortable. I get it. I've been there. However, ultimately, you're going to be better off for it. Stop attempting to swim upstream. Stop attempting to make something different. You've got two changes you can make. Either A, change yourself and accept what it is, or B, change the environment. Get out and do something different. Finishing. Listen, my friend, you can do this. I know that a lot of you, and I read the comments, and then of course I read a lot of forums, etc. I get it that a lot of men in particular in the West are struggling right now. However, you can have a rich, awesome life by just getting, of course, a few things right in your life at an early age. You can have a fantastic life. If you get beyond women and you start ingesting some of these additional red pills, and just as importantly, get on some sort of track, if you will. Again, go back to the video description, see some of the videos where I've talked about ways to make money, some jobs that you might want to consider to make six figures, etc. You can have an awesome life where you get to decide what do you want to do, where do you want to do it, and with whom do you want to do it. Because that's the only thing that matters in life, answering those three questions. What do you want to do? Where do you want to do it? With whom do you want to do it? Gentlemen, as always, I hope you found this profitable. Hit the like button, assuming that you did. John Galt, out.